Good afternoon. We are breaking into programming right now with an update from NCDOT Division 9 on the agency's work to clear roads following our winter storm this past weekend. Let's listen in together.
Where we are, we've been battling this storm since Saturday. As everybody knows, had some really unique temperatures for North Carolina, for at least the Piedmont here. We don't see it get this cold that often, and it's provided quite a challenge for us. But like I said, since Saturday, our crews have been out working. We've been working in shifts, so we've had folks working basically 24 hours since it started. We're making good progress, we think, but we've still got a ways to go. I'll introduce Mark Crook, our division maintenance engineer, to you, and he can give you some details on where we are in our progress and where we're headed.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Mark Crook. I'm the Division 9.
You can take a step closer.
There you go. Okay. Mark Crook, M-A-R-K-C-R-O-O-K. I'm the Division 9 maintenance engineer for NCDOT. As John alluded, I think we have made good progress on our primaries and interstate routes. There are still some stubborn spots out there that have laid in the shade the last couple of days, and we are working on those this morning. But the majority of our forces are out on secondary roads. We were on secondaries yesterday, and we'll continue to work on those, eventually getting to residential streets, but maybe not, depending on what comes as additional snow this weekend. But we are working on secondaries. Probably have not made it into anybody's subdivision yet, but we are working toward that end. Like John said, our crews have been working shifts. We've maintained a minimal crew overnight to respond to emergencies, and with it being so cold, they just wouldn't make good progress anyway. So the majority of our state forces and contractors have been working on day shift, wait until the sun comes out and it warms up a little bit, and working until sunset, until conditions deteriorate again. Y'all have any specific questions? Or, I mean, that's kind of where we are. Don't know what other information we can provide.
Well, in particular, we saw some issues on like Robin Hood and Yadkinville roads in those areas, and there were folks who were contacting us just talking about how treacherous it was driving in those areas. We were wondering what were the issues you faced in getting Yadkinville and Robin Hood roads clear?
Well, again, DOT's long-standing snow and ice policies, we work interstate and primary routes first. Those are important for regional purposes beyond just local streets, and we are just now moving out onto those secondary streets. Hadn't got to residential areas yet, but we are working secondaries yesterday a little bit, and certainly today. The roads you mentioned are both secondary roads, and off the top of my head, I'm not sure. Part of Robin Hood is ours, part of that belongs to the city of Winston, so depending on the callers, where they were looking at it, it would have either been us or the city.
And would that be the difference between Robin Hood and Ronalda? Because is Ronalda considered like a highway, because as you get past the city limits, it's Highway 67?
Yeah.
Because Ronalda was much clearer than Robin Hood.
Ronalda, Silas Creek is NC 67, and that is one of our primary routes, whereas Robin Hood is not. Whether it's on our system or the cities, it's considered secondary.
So, and I know you kind of alluded to it, but I guess just the extreme cold temperatures is what caused the challenges for you guys?
Every storm is different. The challenge on this one has been, I think the majority of the precipitation was sleet. That sleet, after a day of sunshine, just really packed down, and it's just hard packed ice pretty much everywhere. And the single digit temperatures overnight certainly didn't help. We can't effectively get ice off the road when it's teens and below.
This weekend they're calling for snow in our area. What, if anything, have you started to do to get ready for what we may get this weekend?
First thing we're doing is we are resupplying salt. We're working on getting salt back in all 5 of our counties. We will also fall back and pre-treat all the interstate and primary routes Friday in anticipation of additional snow Friday night, Saturday.
What would you say are the current conditions on I-40 and, oh gosh, what's the other one? Is it 421?
Our interstate and primary routes, the major highways, 421, Salem Parkway, I-40, are, I think, very clear. There are still, I think, some stubborn spots, especially in the shade, especially at the on-ramps and off-ramps where water has melted and run across the pavement and refroze overnight. But the traffic is moving well on those corridors.
Are there plans to address those ramps? Because even driving here, like, I've noticed some slippery spots.
Yeah, we are out working those spots today.
How important is it for you guys to take advantage of when the temperature does get a little bit above freezing in the sun, trying to get as much done as you possibly can?
The sunshine is more important than anything we can do, really. We have delayed our day shift. They're not coming in, 6 o'clock. They're waiting to get a start. Once the sun's out, temperatures start to come up, and they will work till sunset, till the temperatures start to go back down. But it is the last couple days have been a very narrow window for us to really make headway.
What do crews look like in terms of numbers, in terms of how many personnel do you have working these shifts? How many plows do you have out and about?
Yeah, I will refer to my notes. Between state forces, our contract partners, we have 446 trucks and or motor graders. I'm sure that number is down just a little bit just due to breakdown, attrition, and we do have probably 5% of that workforce on night shift. But in round numbers, that's where we are as far as equipment.
And that's across the 5 counties?
That's across our 5 counties, yes.
Where is the majority of that?
It's equally distributed. I mean, obviously there's a bigger presence here in Forsyth. All 5 of our counties do have some manner of contract partners to assist.
Can you give some sight into mentally, just kind of moving forward after this winter storm, but knowing that, hey, right around the corner, you guys can't, stop. You have to kind of jump right back into operations.
Yeah, this is certainly lining up to be a very long, drawn-out event. Crew rest is important, but we are still working our 12-hour shifts, and we'll continue to do that most likely through the weekend and into next week.
And although you guys are working to clear up some of those icier spots, slick spots that still remain, what advice do you give for people that drive, and come up on those spots?
If you do encounter an icy spot, certainly don't overreact. Don't slam on the brakes. Don't accelerate. We know there are still residential roads that are a complete sheet of ice. My subdivision is one of them. And I slid out into the intersection this morning trying to get out to go to work. So we realize that situation exists, and we're working to get all our roads serviced. Driving on ice is, slow and steady. Don't make a lot of sudden inputs, and allow for a lot of following distance, and usually you can navigate that fairly well.
Some of these icy, stubborn areas that you have mentioned, how are they getting cleared? And you also had mentioned that, you guys have been working on them for 2 days. Is there a timeline on when you guys are expecting to be cleared?
I hope we will have our interstates and primaries completely ice-free today. When you see this stubborn ice that we're hanging on to right now, only our heaviest machines will really do any effective clearing. We are treating those stubborn spots with brine again today just to get some salt on them so we can accelerate a little melting.
And those includes the secondaries and the residential as well for the brine?
No, ma'am. I'm just talking about our primary routes. We are still chasing some stubborn spots on those routes.
When do you expect the secondaries to be cleared?
I would hope by the end of the week, but again, that has a lot to do with conditions. If it does start clouding over again for a storm coming in this weekend, that'll certainly hamper our progress.
Is there a difference in the amount of resources available to Division 9 as opposed to, say, whatever division covers Guilford County?
We both have, appropriate DOT staff. I think both divisions have contract partners. I don't have any of their numbers, but all of the divisions are in a similar shape as far as state forces, and most everybody has contract partners that we work with as well.
What would you say to the people who live in these 5 counties here in Division 9 who maybe are feeling a little bit frustrated about not being able to get out of their house, or just frustrated in general about seeing ice on the roads?
We ask for everyone's continued patience. We are working full speed ahead to get these roads cleared. We have been really hampered by the conditions after the storm. The cold weather in particular has really slowed our progress on clearing this event.
Just a quick follow-up question on, the workforce being equally distributed, but a little bit of a bigger presence in Forsyth County. Is that because Forsyth County is seeing more trouble areas, or is that the size of the county? What would the reasoning be?
Our staffing is proportionate to both urban versus rural and the mileage within the respective territory. So for state employees, we have more employees in Forsyth County than we do in some of the others. And just availability of contractors, there's a lot more contractors in the urban areas. So we have a few more contract resources here than we have in some of the more rural counties.
Are there any situations where y'all would be able to step in and help city crews tackle any of those streets?
We do not have a mutual aid agreement with the city. Typically, we work our system, they work theirs. I have no knowledge of their city forces versus what contracting they've done. We would have to be 100% clear before we would even reach out to them about working on their system.
When you think about these past couple of days with this winter storm that came through, is there anything that has stood out to you when you think about other storms that have taken place in this area over the past couple of years?
It's certainly been several years since we've had a storm of this magnitude. Early on they were calling for 15 inches of snow. That kind of changed over to sleet, freezing rain. Thankfully, we didn't see the freezing rain that they were calling for, but the sleet very quickly went from drivable to a sheet of ice, both from temperatures and people out driving on it. It is really packed down, and again, the cold temperatures after the storm have really been, I think, what slowed us down on this one. Monday night, 8 degrees, and we don't see typically prolonged cold nights after an event.
Would you say progress has been slower than what you might have expected before the storm came in?
Certainly. And, we were gearing up to anticipate having to cut a lot of trees. When the forecast really changed over to a lot of freezing rain, at a point they were calling for anywhere from 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of freezing rain in the Triad. That would have certainly been an entirely different scenario. We would have been working with utility partners, cutting trees, trying to get roads open. But thankfully, it was sleet. It's all on the ground. And just that refreeze and these really cold temps has really slowed us down.
Thank you,
We're
Mark.
good.
Going once.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
And you were listening in live as DOT officials provided an update on their efforts to clear roads following this winter storm. We learned DOT is not able to assist city-owned roads throughout Winston-Salem. They have made good progress, though, on interstates and primary roads, hoping those areas will be ice-free today. And then the majority of crews will start to work on those secondary roads today through the end of this week and can possibly get to residential neighborhoods. Still unsure, though, on that. Crews are working from sunup to sundown, 12-hour shifts, and the challenge they're facing right now is just the hard packed ice and those freezing temps overnight, though the sun is certainly helping. As far as this weekend's potential threat for more snow, DOT says that they are going to try to start prepping those roads on Friday. And speaking of potential for more snow on the way,